The DRC election, which was scheduled for Sunday, has been postponed by 1 week. This has just been announced by the country's Electoral Commission, the CENI, during a briefing with all the political parties. The Electoral Commission says it's unable to organize the presidential vote on time. A week ago, the Commission's Kinshasa warehouse was gutted, destroying a range of voting material, including ballot boxes and cars. For the latest on this postponement, we now cross live via phone to Jean Bwasa, who's the spokesperson for the Congolese Community in South Africa. Thanks very much for joining us on the program, Mr. Bwasa. What's your reaction to this postponement?
Well, my reaction to this postponement is just we were awaiting for it, first of all. It was planned long before we could even, we were expecting it because, you know, as I said in the media the past 2 days, this is generally a scam of an election from its start, from the cost, from the organization. So they scammed it and they prepared it for the past 2 years. We must not forget in terms of the history that all the people that are advisors to President Kabila were people that were working with Mr. Mobutu, and they have seasoned themselves in the way to lie and to fool the people. So that's the first and bottom line of the reaction. But they're trying to push the limit of the Congolese people, and we're going to wait until the 30th of December. Because for now, it is within our constitution to wait until the CENI organizes the elections. If they don't, then the population will certainly react to whatever will happen. This is the first and bottom line of my answer for your question.
All right, Mr. Bwasa, we've just spoken to the ambassador to South Africa, the DRC ambassador, Ambassador Benumpoko, and he says that what happened was the CENI spoke to all the political parties and they all agreed together that this should be delayed. So does that still not sway you in terms of your instincts that this was done on purpose?
This has been done in purpose, indeed. You're quite right. But I would like to know when did they meet with the opposition, because from our knowledge, the members of the political party, we're talking about the front runner Felix Tshisekedi and Martin Fayulu, were yesterday prohibited, notably Martin Fayulu, to make his rally. When did they meet them? We know that they called them today in Kinshasa, but we haven't seen any picture where the people were there and signing and agreeing to postpone those elections until the 30th. And even though, if they agree, this is not the reality for the Congolese people, because as the Congolese, they need to respect and ask the will of the Congolese people whether we agree to postpone the election. But this is already a hold-up in itself. So let's wait until the 30th and see if these elections will be. It will be another postponement. I can guarantee you, arriving on the 30th of December, they will postpone again. And once we go after 2018, they will postpone again, and we will have maybe another 2-3 years or 5 years until Mr. Kabila will maintain himself for another term. This is my view. And to His Excellency, Mr. Benumpoko, I do think that as intellectuals, it is important at this very time that as Africans, we start finding solutions for the issues that are pertaining to our lives as Africans and Congolese. I have a young man who has studied in this country, and I would love, because we are here at the headquarters of the Congolese people, they are making noise, but he would like also to give his opinion on this regard. Is that possible?
Yeah, we'll get to him just now, but I just wanted to get a sense of what is likely to happen if there is yet another postponement. You said that the authorities would be pushing the Congolese people to their limits. What does that mean?
What does that mean? You know, we're the Congolese people. We are people that are generally, naturally loving people. We love life. We don't want trouble, even though the media has been portraying Congo as a violent place. But we are aspiring to the elections since 2016, and these elections were not organized. How much longer do they want the Congolese people to wait and expect that they're going to organize the election, which at first they did not want to organize the election? We must say the truth here. The government and the power, which is an illegitimate and illegal regime, never wanted to organize the election. So we cannot expect that they're going to do it in the next 7 days. What are the reasons for which they are not organizing these elections? They have had 48 months now.
You spoke about opposition leaders being prohibited entering Kinshasa, and we've seen authorities clashing with political parties in the run-up to these elections. And on top of that, there are parts of the country where rebel groups continue to operate. Do you think that the atmosphere and the lead-up to these elections will produce a free and fair result?
Well, we know that the elections will never be free and fair, and they will never be free and fair just for the simple fact that the organization itself is a scam. But nevertheless, we as the Congolese people, what we want is to go to those elections that they have promised us for the past 2 years. And that's what we are waiting. Whether they're free and fair, we will go and cast our vote there and ensure that every Congolese makes his will, the will of choosing an alternative to Mr. Joseph Kabila, who has held us as hostages. We are prisoners in our own country, even though there are no bars, but we are prisoners. This is the time that this regime, bloodthirsty regime, must end. You're talking about the rebels in the eastern side of the Congo. Where are those rebels coming from? It is important that we state the fact here that the international community, as well as the SADC, you remember that we are part of the SADC. We saw in ECOWAS that the ECOWAS people and leaders, they made sure that Yaya Jammeh would step down. We haven't seen any boldness from the leaders of the SADC, and that's where we have been appealing to His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa and all the leaders of the SADC at this point of time to be able to take a decision. For instance, when they host their SADC meeting, to sanction Mr. Kabila not to attend those meetings because it's illegal, but yet Mr. Kabila attend those meetings. The rebel in the eastern side of the Congo, it's just something that has been made, manufactured to kill the Congolese people and to ensure that that country has no peace. But if we were to have peace, as a Pan-Africanist, I would tell you the whole of Africa would be a better place for each and every African. And remember, they're talking about the free trade movement. How do you do a free trade movement in a continent where there are pocket pieces of the continent and countries that are still in war? It is impossible. So for me, this is a joke, but it is a tragedy. It is a debacle that is long overdue for the African leaders to end and to stop, and for the international community not only to take sanctions on the paper, but to go there and ensure that the civilians in the Congo are protected, because we have already reached 12 million people killed. We've got 450 women raped on a single basis monthly. We have 3.8 million that Congo. All these normally, if it were a serious government that takes its people in consideration, they should have seen it coming and they should have organized better.
All right, we're running out of time, so perhaps one final question. The way you're talking, it sounds as if these elections are going to be the most significant elections that the country's seen in some time, and how they go will determine a lot of what happens next.
Indeed. This is a referendum, because the referendum for the past 17 years that the people have been hoping that finally we would be able to have peace in our country, because the only thing that we need in our country is peace that would yield to development. And let us not forget that there's something that Solzhenitsyn, a Russian philosopher, said. People are better ruled when they are hungry. So they have maintained us into hunger, and this hunger, that's the hunger that we want to be able to organize the election.
Okay. Jean Bwasa, merci beaucoup. Thanks very much indeed for sharing your thoughts with us. That was Jean Bwasa from the Congolese community here in South Africa, speaking about the delay in his home country, DRC. The elections have been delayed by a week, and the sentiment that he was saying is that they don't believe that these elections will happen in a week, and that all of this is part of a conspiracy, a scam, I think is the word that he used. And this was something that they predicted, that there would be a delay, but he's saying that he cannot predict what will happen, but the will of the people is being tested in this particular instance. So we'll continue updating you on this breaking story, DRC's weekend elections delayed by a week.